Remedial DnD.
That's right. And someone who got a cheat sheet for this next question. Loop!
The dude
What
making a lot
happened
of-
last week?
Oh shit! Last week, we got attacked by those weird cultists, and killed them all except for one dude who we pretty much tortured, and then our big homie Big Zeph came out, the giant, and gave him the feather spell and chucked him out the door, and then then a big dragon brought like a bunch of dwarves out of nowhere.
And
Came flying up at us.
And then what did you
And
do?
Well, I fucking bucked a shot at him with my crossbow. What else was I supposed to do?
Anything but that.
Haven't you ever seen Star Wars?
There's no dragons in Star Wars.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, you see Darth Vader, you buck a shot at him.
Respect.
Just made a delicious dinner for everybody. So, it was Alina standing at the door, looking out into the clouds, who saw this dragon burst through the surface, flying at you with 6 armored dwarves holding axes. Mr. Felgalos then approached and identified the silver dragon as Clarion. Now, given the distance, Alina, you think you guys have about a minute until they arrive.
I already sounded the alarm to get Zeph out here.
So in that case, Zephyros will. You hear him stomping around upstairs, and you just hear his strange voice say, "Oh dear," and he looks down at you guys and says, "What do you think? Should you come up here, or should I come down there?"
Well, first off, how big is this door in front of Alina?
The door in front of you is about almost 20 feet wide.
So can the
So this dragon can get on?
And it's about 30 feet tall. So, yes,
Ooh.
you would think this dragon could fit through there. The floor you're on is also about 100 feet tall. To the second
we want to
floor.
go up. Zoppo, up! Bring us up.
Wait, what? So we're just gonna let this dragon board?
What else are we gonna do?
Let's go up there, yeah. Hold up.
If we fight it at the door, it's just gonna use death breath on us.
All right, I'm down. Let's get.
Let's hold up with you, Zeph.
Well, hey, I'm gonna shut the door.
Yeah.
All right.
Lock it. Latch it.
I'm gonna tell Felgro.
Is there any
stay here.
dressers we can push in front of it? Can we push this table in front of it?
Get the shiffer robe.
Do you want the horse to come up with you?
Alina,
Yeah, obviously.
Giddy up.
All right.
I brought it up those stairs.
we're in the sky.
All right. So, Zephyros reaches his mighty hand down, picks you all up, and plucks this horse, and brings you up to the second floor.
Everyone get in the bed and get really flat.
It's the only good hiding place.
Zoppo, what are we gonna do?
Who is Zoppo? Is that one of the entities?
It's one of my entities.
Oh, are you praying to him?
Yeah, and you interrupted me.
Oh, my forgiveness. Please, tell me what he says.
No, I want... his name's not even on the list. God damn it.
Zephyros.
What are we gonna do? Zephyros, what are we gonna do?
Dr. Z.
Big C.
Z.
No one else knew his name. Grow up.
Z.
Big Zephyr.
I'm gonna
I've
call him
said it like
Z.
4 times this session.
Zephyros will look at you and say, I don't care much for dragons, but I am the non-confrontational type. I do not wish to harm these people.
I think you're gonna have to, buddy.
Can we evade them?
I mean, they
Do you
might
have a
be
way
friends.
out?
Can this ship speed the fuck up?
Yeah, can we outrun them,
Yeah.
Big Zephyr?
Why don't we try talking to them?
Yeah,
we have
that's a good
no idea.
I
From door closed, ideally.
I mean, I feel like Z could handle speaking with the dragon. They don't even know we're here. Well, other than the fact that we shot an arrow at them.
yeah, we should open with an apology, maybe.
Yeah.
Hello.
Zephyros, you're listening, right? Because we're gonna need you to talk to this dragon.
Are you aware that dragons and giants have been at war for as long as time has stood?
So you
dragons
realize
fight at war with
this
everybody.
dragon's coming to kill you, most likely. try to kill you, most likely.
Yeah, Zeph, can we speed this ship up and just blast the fuck out of here? Rev it up.
Yeah, that dragon's not here for us.
Hmm.
He's here for you.
You got nitros?
Give me a second. Let me look at the orb and see if we can change any of the speed settings. And he walks
Nice.
over and he says,
Yes.
No, we are traveling at max speed.
Dude, come on.
Do you think they can penetrate your doors?
Those small dwarves alone, no. But a dragon? Yes, it's simply made of wood.
Oh, good.
Do you think the Griffins will be up for a fight?
Funny you say that, because right then you hear fluttering of wings above you, and you see talons whiz by above, and hear the griffins take flight into the sky. They're out of here.
Do they leave any eggs on the ground?
You don't know.
Let's go.
Zephyros, could we take a peek up there for a second?
Oh wait, they're a floor above where we're at right now.
Yes.
So there's 3 like main floors of this thing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so we got to figure out what the hell we're gonna do because we're all probably gonna get eaten unless we think quick.
Alright, well,
Yo,
Zephyros,
Griffin,
here's
come
real
back.
quick.
Okay,
I'm
what
sorry,
can we
say that
do?
again?
Zephyros, bring me upstairs real quick. We gotta have a chat. I got you guys.
He picks you up and levitates into the 3rd floor with you in his hands.
I look around while I say, listen, buddy, there might be a non-conflict resolution to this dragon and party of war dwarves, but you're going to have to chat with it. I mean, we don't really have a choice. And what do I see around me?
You see the 4 griffin nests, and you see that their eggs have been left there.
Ooh. And I add to Zephyros, and would you mind if I maybe take these?
He looks at the nest and says, "By God, of course I would.
Damn it.
Yeah, why'd you tell him?
My
I was just-
goodness.
wanted
Oddman
to-
save you." And then he levitates you back down to the floor. And then he
Nice.
looks at the party and says, "Are there any more of you thinking of stealing griffin eggs from my tower?"
No,
Nah, it's just
I would
me.
never
I'm kinda
steal an egg, but
I don't even like it.
I-
they're abandoned.
I
We would
say-
have no problem bearing the responsibility of raising them to
Yeah,
be
we're
fine, respectable griffin folk. But we have bigger problems at hand.
exactly.
I say, excuse me, Mr. Zephyros. I don't want to steal no eggs, but I'm awful scared. Can you bring me up there to hide until this conflict is over?
He doesn't even acknowledge you, and he's done talking about upstairs.
Well,
Yeah,
why
dude,
didn't
guys, we got a dragon that's like a minute away from the front door here.
Less than
I think a minute has passed.
Well, I'd say we're at like 58 seconds. Maybe, roughly. It's probably been about 2 seconds.
59, 60. You hear a gust of wind as the dragon lands on the cloud, and then, boom! The door you hear get blasted off the hinges, and the pitter patter of a bunch of little guys running in.
I want to use my message cantrip and say, "Nobody's home" to the dragon.
It's used in the
The dragon takes flight. You can hear the flapping of his wings, and seems to fly into another set of clouds off to the west. And now the dwarves down at the bottom, the first floor, one of them yells up. It is a rugged woman voice, and she says, "Giant, we are here on behalf of Queen Dagnabbit of the Mithril Hall. The Lord's Alliance will not stand for giant attacks any longer, and we require you to hand over the navigational orb. This tower shall be disabled. Will you surrender it?" Zephyros looks
What
down
was the
at
first?
Guys, did she just say Queen Dagnabbit?
Yeah, dag never.
yes, she did.
Dumb.
I know.
Nag dabbit.
Zephyros looks at you guys and says, "What do you think? If I give him the orb, we're gonna fall from the sky. Maybe slowly, maybe quickly. It's impossible to tell."
They're
To be honest, Zeph is not helping us.
they're in the first floor.
Yeah, Zeph, why would you want to give it to them? Like, don't you want it?
I take
Don't
out
you
one.
care about anything in this world?
I take out one of my cat toy Maltive cocktails and light it and throw it into the first floor.
All
I was
right.
gonna say what we could do is convince him that he's not even here and it's just us.
that he's not
Well, you
attacking.
see a bottle get thrown down into the first floor and a shattering of glass as fire erupts down onto the stone. It is quickly extinguished as it has nothing to catch, but they are going to make some saves.
Fire save?
They're going to try to make some dex saves. The two that would be in range. And we get... The first one manages to evade. Whoops. And the second
They're
one does not. So, Zimzer, Sibo, roll 2d8.
Roll them up, baby.
I don't know if I did this right. Yes.
You sure did. So, this cat toy Molotov cocktail hits and fire spreads out across the floor, scorching one of the male dwarves for 10 fire damage and the female for 5.
Oh.
Whoops. And let's, I'm gonna set up an initiative now.
Wait, who threw fire?
Could have been any of us.
No.
It was Sibo.
It's like dropped one like behind his back down the hole.
Guys, we're level 4, right? I would assume the game is not throwing a dragon at us to fight, but now I feel like we're kind of forcing that.
That's
think
And
we should
now
try.
we're
I'm too in game. Can't think about what the game's doing. I see a dragon. It's time. Actually, the dragon left though.
yeah, in
Oh,
game
nothing
we
to
should
do
be
with
like
this
a dragon. Let's sell this stupid
Yeah.
giant.
I don't
Yeah,
want nothing
it
to do with
doesn't
the dragon,
put
but
a hole in the ground.
maybe we can come to terms with these dwarves.
They have fire.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also it means it implies that this Doctor, Mr. Z, attacked them at some point. I mean, is that
I
what they're
think they
saying?
just hate giants like in general, and they're all in trouble.
All right,
Oh,
Vixen.
dragon now.
Oh shit.
Start us off. You saw. You didn't see who threw it. You have a good idea, but you saw something rain down and then fire down below.
That was crazy.
It's one
So
of
I'm
the
gonna
griffins.
look
isn't
down
it?
there. I'm gonna look down to the second floor. What do I see? Dwarves?
You see 6 dwarves. One of them is patting out fire on her clothing. The second one is stop, drop, and rolling.
Well, while she's distracted, patting herself down, I shoot an arrow. And a 15.
Righty. Give me just
I think Luke.
one
I think Luke just did a
second.
backflip in the background.
Kung Fu dog.
Flying speed of 10 feet. All right. So you shoot an arrow at the woman with a 15. It clinks off her armor, and it doesn't seem to
Ooh.
damage her in any way.
I turn to the group and say, guys, they got some pretty heavy dwarven armor on. And then I'm gonna back up into this corner away from the hole.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast light on myself though, so they just see like a glowing torch.
Beautiful.
They look up.
That is going to bring us to Loop.
I am going to use what is it? Rally. Get everybody fired up.
All right. Could you just go ahead and click that for me so I can see what it does? Rally on your turn. Use bonus. That's a bonus action. Temporary hit points. So everyone gets 4 temporary hit points.
Yup.
You're so fired up.
That is.
Yeah, I gave a little pep talk. I told them we're gonna just destroy these dwarves. Chuck them overboard. We don't need them.
I gave it to myself. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone just try to remember that. So that was a bonus action, Loop. Is there any action you want to take or movement?
No, just hang tight.
All right. And
So fired up.
Bone Saw.
How many doors are there again?
Downstairs?
Yeah.
It's just the one door.
No, dwarves.
Oh, 6 dwarves.
All right then. I am going to cast Sleep at a level 2
Nice.
and see if we can knock these little bastards out. Did anything post in chat just then?
Nope.
Oh, well, I'll probably
yeah,
have to click it.
Yeah, you gotta
yeah.
pick what side.
It lets me cast at a level 9, so I'm wondering if I should just do that.
I think you should.
Oh, it'll be stronger.
Hold on. What's the dice? What do the dice roll end up being on that?
4, 1, 6, 5, 4.
4,
Ugh, I don't know.
4, 1, 6, 5, 4.
Yes.
Okay, and how many dice is it? 4, 1, 6, 5, 4. I want to 4, 1, 6, 5. I want to. Nah, screw it. Whatever. I was gonna just use my my reroll.
You certainly can.
I'm just trying to see. I forget exactly how many sword points it eats up, but I'm just gonna go with I think. Yeah. Fuck it. My shit's moving slow. So I'll just stick with that.
Oh, I think I hear the Griffin's head.
Yeah, it's
I
Griffin's
think,
fine.
right? Do you remember how many? Do you remember what it?
Yeah, so you cast this spell, but it doesn't seem to be powerful enough to cause anyone to fall asleep. It does, however, this guy to the left who had been burned previously, he seems to get very, he's like dozing off a bit, and he, marked yellow, is kind of falls to one knee, and he will be considered prone.
So that means they all have over 20 hit points.
Over 20 hit points?
Yes. Because it subtracts, like, that's how it works, is it subtracts from the hit points. And if there's enough, moves on to the next guy. Like, the next guy and keeps going and going and going.
Would you like to do anything else, Bones?
Cry a little bit.
Nice.
Waste a level 2 spell, but other than that, no. I'm done.
All right, so Mr. Felgalos looks at you guys and says, like, what do you think? Are we fighting these guys?
Try to talk to him, because we haven't even...
No, yeah, try to talk to him.
Yeah.
We might be able to reason with them. I mean, they
We haven't...
don't
Offer him
like
a
you,
peace pipe, bro.
apparently.
Mr. Felgalos looks down through the hole and says, "Hey! You right there! You look really tired and badly burned. I think you should just get out of here." And he is casting a suggestion spell.
Fuck yeah.
Which is going to be a wisdom save. And I don't think... just a straight D20 roll is going to be a 16 against Felgi's DC. The dwarf looks up at him and says, "I'm barely wounded." And Mr. Felgalos looks at you guys and says, like, "Sorry, I thought that would work." On Zephyros's turn.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Go downstairs, buddy, or something.
He is going to look down and he is going to cast... Ooh, what is he gonna cast? He is gonna look down and say, "We're friends, pal. What are you trying to attack me for? These are my friends. We're just having a nice little trip up north." And
Is that a spell, I hope?
this is a charm person spell.
Nah, he's just talking.
And
What all he's done so far?
ah, shit.
Big Zeph is one charming, big old giant. Charmed our pants off as soon as we got out of the cloud.
Speak for
That's for sure.
yourself.
The burned, sleepy dwarf looks to his comrades and says, "Oh, he's right. We shouldn't attack them. What are we doing? This makes no sense. We just came here on a dragon, guys. Come on. He's a good guy." And that's going to bring us to Alina's turn. So you have the dwarf with the yellow dot on his head is charmed and is...
How far are they from us? Like, what's the distance?
The distance
These
is
are first
about...
time, so-
It's about 100 feet to the ground below you.
Shit. Well, I turn to Zephyros and I say, "Do you think you can charm the pants off that silver dragon Clarion too?"
I could try if I could see him. Or her. I'm not sure. I'm
Well,
not familiar with this dragon.
The dragon might have just been the taxi up here.
Yeah. Felgalos, what's up with that dragon? What's its name?
Clarion.
Is it a boy or a girl?
That's a good question.
And what does it do? Is it angry and evil? Like a cool-
He's a good aligned creature.
What?
I don't understand. His purposes must not be for evil. He maybe owe someone a favor. Simple as
What do you
that.
want? What do you want to hang
Wait,
out?
the dragon's still there, right?
It is a he, and he flew off into the clouds after he dropped them off. He's not in sight.
Shit, I missed that bit. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, just
Well, I
drop
still can't reach him. It's an issue.
You can talk to them. It's about to be their turns. If they don't want to talk, we just kill them. I whisper to Alina.
So you think I should reach out to them also?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna reach out to. I think it's the sleepy one.
Okay.
Armed.
I'm gonna say we are also trying to stop the dragon. I mean the giant fights. That we have the same mission. Don't
prevent us
from continuing with it.
It's got some good static.
Make a persuasion check.
You'll be persuasive.
I don't know if I can, to be honest with you. Using roll
I-
20 on my phone.
Oh, I'll roll it for you.
All right.
Persuasion by Alina. Persuasion by Alina. You have a +2. Rolling a 12. They kind of their demeanor changes, so they're, they had their axes raised, they were coming in hot and they were ready. When you say that, they kind of like slow down a little bit. And is there anything else you'd like to do? That is your action.
The only thing I can do is throw my growth down there, but I feel like that'll undermine what I just did. So that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. So the man who is charmed by you begins speaking in Dwarvish to the rest of them, but they all seem to kind of disregard him. They seem to know that something's up in his head. And then a second dwarf steps up into view. He's like now standing in the hole, and you see him reach into his jacket pocket and pull out a potion, which he swigs down, and you see his physical form start swirling, and he turns into a cloud and starts levitating up towards you. A second dwarf you see do the same thing.
Cloud dwarf.
Big Zeph, what are they doing?
Are these clouds?
Yeah, I thought the dragon was here. Why can't Zeph just squash?
What's happening?
So it gets to a point where we are at Sibo. Looking down the hole, you see there are 4 dwarves who have drank potions and turned into clouds and begun to come up. Not fast at all. These clouds are moving very slowly.
Like a
And
fan?
and
Can I get that bag? Do we still have that bag, fellers?
Do
Luke,
not
give him the
release-
bag.
Don't release that then.
No, there's no that thing's not in there. It's just
Oh,
a bag
Yeah,
of
it's
holding.
my bad.
Can I capture the clouds in the bag?
You could
Use feather.
certainly
Use
try,
featherfall to
but
sail
they
through the air.
are so they are 90 feet away. They've moved
Oh.
about 10 feet off the floor since taking the potion.
Well, in that case, but I can see the cloud. I'm going to.
There is still one dwarf on the ground in dwarf form, and there's a second dwarf, the charmed, sleepy, and slightly burned.
Okay. I will. How tall are these guys?
Just a little bit taller than you.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self as the one dwarf who didn't turn into a cloud.
Okay. It's a woman.
That's fine.
So yeah, you take the form of a lady dwarf. Believe the spell lets you change your clothes. So, is it just like an identical replica of this lady?
Yeah, it can change all my clothes and everything. I think it's just if anybody were to touch any of the clothes that I generated, their hand would go right through it.
All right. So you guys see Sibo magically change into a lady dwarf next to you. Anything else?
And then I'm gonna say, guys, I'm gonna try something when they get up here. Just get behind me. And that's all.
All right. Now you see the real life lady dwarf run up to the circle and swig a potion, turning into a cloud.
Thought that might not happen. Somebody take out that last cloud.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that cloud.
Yo, Zeph, while they're clouds, can you turn on like the vent in this place or something?
Oh yeah, bitch.
Turn off
The
turn on the
vent.
exhaust fan.
And Connor.
Zephyros starts looking around the floor, like touching the walls, like he doesn't know at all the words you just said, but he is looking for it now.
This guy's hapless.
Go ahead, Vixen.
So I shoot at that lady cloud, and I use my bonus action for my 4th damage. Oh yeah.
So 7, 14, 15 damage. Let me just see if there's any damage stuff for
They shouldn't be resistant to force, because it turns all my damage into force damage instead of piercing.
And what is that magically?
Yeah, it's thing I get at level 3. What's it called?
Okay.
Planner.
Yeah, so it's gonna take all of that damage. So you see the arrow sail through the cloud, and it doesn't seem to have much of an effect, but in your heart, you know it did.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's Planner Warrior.
Yeah, so I would say drawing the energy from the multiverse constitutes a little magic. And that is going to bring us to Loop. You now have 5 clouds levitating up towards you.
I'm gonna reach into my equipment and pull out my drift globe
Mm-hmm.
and be like, "Yo, guys, just take it. This is what you want." And I'm gonna offer it to them.
Do you say anything to anyone around you?
I like whisper to the giant to go stand in front of this thing, like block it from their view.
Go ahead and make a deception check for me.
Alright, deception.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
step.
Now I don't think. Dun 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 dun. I don't believe
at the
they
drift
can talk.
They
And
don't
I'm
need to
just gonna
talk.
like go on my knees and just like hold it up.
Yeah, cannot talk, and you don't feel like they can interact with an object. So you just see these clouds continue to raise up towards you. But 19's a nice little roll there.
Well, can
Bone.
they understand things?
Oh, they can hear you. But gaseous form,
So
well,
then-
they're in this form. They can't talk or manipulate objects, and any objects it was carrying or holding can't be dropped, used, or otherwise interacted with. The target
I
can't
feel like you
attack.
deceived them, Luke. I'm gonna like just back you up.
Bonesaw.
What do you think I should do, boys?
I don't know, man. I don't know your spell book.
I'd try to still kill that one lady cloud, if you can.
Should try to what?
Kill that one lady cloud, though, if you can, since Jimmy is her. I mean,
How far away is it?
90.
They're
It's
about.
like 90 feet.
It's not their turn yet, but on their turn, we'll say they're 80 feet away.
Chromatic orb.
90 feet,
Oh, 90.
and a 22 will hit her. Are you casting at first level?
No, 10th level.
Yeah, I will cast that first level.
Boom.
shoot.
And what kind of damage will you be doing?
It's a cloud. Do thunder damage.
Dude, I feel like that's the last thing that you should do.
Nah, I think lightning you shouldn't do. Thunder, maybe make it explode.
Wait, is thunder even a damage?
It says it is.
Possibly.
Possibly. Don't listen to me.
Whatever.
So, yeah, they're good. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, we'll just do like fucking fire or something. Maybe heat evaporation. Heat and evaporation,
Ooh.
boys. I mean,
that
come on,
science
come on.
bitch.
So a orb of fire rains down upon the lady cloud, and it hits for sure. It is going to bring us to Mr. Felgalos.
Whoa, whoa. So it damaged?
Yes, the cloud seemed to have taken damage.
Jeez.
Mr. Felgalos is going to say, Mr. Felgalos is going to. Bum-ba-da-dum-ba-da-dum-bum-ba-dum. I think this is what I want to do.
It's the worst taxi ride ever.
He is
I know,
going
it's-
to look at Elena and touch her shoulder, and you see
Hey.
Elena disappear.
Whoa!
Without consent?
Without consent. And he says,
Ooba dooba dooba.
he says, okay, be ready. Clarion could come back at any time. Zephyros is going to once again cast a suggestion spell.
Why doesn't he step on that?
Which is unsuccessful.
He doesn't
I want a
have
new
like 70,000 bonuses. Are you kidding me?
Elena, oh my God, I'm so incorrect. It is very successful. Guy rolled a 11 against a DC, and he cries down, "Please, I'm not like other giants. I mean you no harm. And as the clouds are raising up, you see one of them just stop, and it's kind of just standing there. And it brings us to Alina's turn, who is now invisible.
So I'm invisible.
Kill that girl.
If I cast Wild Shape, will I remain invisible?
I will say yes, because it's still you.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm gonna turn into a bear. Yeah.
Sweet. So
Bear.
you guys don't know it, but you are surrounded by an invisible bear.
It's horrifying. I can smell it.
Yeah, there is like a musk in the air now.
I meant because I was a ranger, but fine. Give it to everybody. The symbol of Sylvanas.
The dwarves continue rising, all but one of them. Getting them to be, they're at about 70 feet now. They're just moving so slowly. Sibo!
Horrible.
Disguised as a lady
Kill the
dwarf.
girl.
Do we know which one stopped?
This one right here. I will mark him in red for stop.
Okay.
Stop.
I'm gonna hide under the bed.
Alright. You don't even have to roll for that because no one can see you anyways, but you are now hidden.
And yeah, that's it.
Alright. You hear a loud shattering smash. Something above you smashes, and you hear debris rain down. Looking up, you see a silver dragon standing in the airy, and it looks down at Zephyros and blows crazy kind of magical energy out of its mouth. And Zephyros is gonna have to make a save.
Well, that sucks.
Ooh, but he's got a +10. This energy hits him right in the chest, and he just looks down at it and is completely unaffected. He looks up at the dragon and says, "What the hell was that for? That really hurt." But that is just gonna bring us to Vixen. You have
This is the worst.
You have a silver dragon above your head.
Zephyros, you really gotta step your game up and stop trying to charm people, all right? And you gotta land this thing. I think. I don't know. What do you got? Anybody agree with that?
Yeah, tell him to land.
Yeah, Zephyros, you gotta land this thing, man. We're getting attacked from clouds from the bottom and a dragon from the top. I don't even know what's going on. Dragon, can you understand me?
Yes.
What's going on? We don't really know this guy that well. He was supposed to be a taxi. Sorry, Zephyros, but you were. And
I
so
understand.
many people are trying to kill you.
It's not my fault. It's my kindred. They're making us look like fools.
You're making us look like a fool right now.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to help.
No, I'm sorry. But Dragon, what's your name?
Clarion.
Clarion. That is a cool name. Let me tell you. Is there something we can come to an agreement about? Like, he's not the one attacking people. These dwarves won't listen. They turn into clouds.
Make a persuasion roll for me.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be your action.
That is my action. You know, I just wanted to get up north, and we're just a group of friends. And I can't find persuasion. There it is. And we're just trying our hardest, Mr. Dragon. Damn it!
I'm afraid I'm sorry, young ranger, but I owe a favor to Queen Dagnabbit, and I can't take this risk. Did-
Horrible.
Loop!
I'm gonna turn to him with the orb and say, "Bring this to Queen Nabbit. This is what she wants."
And I already rolled the 19 on it.
Dun, 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 dun. She's gonna go ahead and investigate this.
Damn it.
He is a cool dragon. Make a deception check again versus Clarion's perception.
Which is what, plus 33 or something? Why can't I be more persuasive?
If only you had advantage.
Don't I with all eyes on you? With parlay attention into no.
Yeah, just
Maybe
a
not.
straight deception roll.
I should have had advantage, dude. What if we were flying over a forest?
It's quite possible.
Never know. Yeah. Hi, cat.
Loop, how's that deception check coming?
I just did it.
Oh, okay.
Didn't I?
Right. What'd you get?
17, I think.
All right. Clarion looks down at you and says, "That's not a navigation orb. It's a drift globe. I'm a hoarder of treasure. I know all these things. Come on." And Bonesaw, baby, you got dwarves coming up below you. You've got a dragon above you.
Uh-oh. Did it disconnect me?
No.
Oh, it just said my connection was interrupted. I mean, we might as well just double down one last time and try to... I don't think it's going to let me use Roll20. Cause
If you just refresh it, it'll come right back.
okay. I'm going to double down again.
Doubling down.
I am going to have a A to B conversation with my message cantrip to the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have to roll probably... I'm going to say, listen, we understand you guys have to do what you got to do, but all we want is to get up north. And this guy promised us a ride up. Everything that's been happening since then has nothing to do with us. So, how about you let us get up north, and then you finish whatever business with Mr. Z that you got to finish after that. And
I'll give you advantage on this roll.
so
You're just telling the truth.
and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt Z's feelings either because he didn't even hear jack shit. So I just do 2d20 then.
Yeah. Or 2 persuasion rolls.
Yeah, it didn't really come back up.
I'll roll it for you.
Yeah, it's still Roll20 is still loading after my refresh.
So, right, we got first persuasion.
And I think I have a
18.
decent.
And second persuasion, because with advantage, is a 17.
So add them together.
And that's with my stuff.
Yeah,
with
that's plus 5.
Okay.
Clarion looks down at you and says, "What's your purpose in the north?"
Oh, it's actually to find out why the giants are attacking people, right?
I mean, was that kind of our main?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the
Yeah, I
dragon
mean,
side.
yeah, w- um, we seek the same thing you seek, and is to find out why all the attacks have been taking place and see what we can do to put an end to them.
But this giant was supposed to help us.
Yeah.
He's
But
not like most giants.
yeah,
Tell
on
you
our
that.
way there, this particular giant picked us up. I don't know exactly what his intentions are. All he did was offer us a ride. So to us, he doesn't seem like a bad one, but I understand why you guys are trying to do what you're trying to do.
All right. Clarion is going to look down, and he's going to say, "Fine. I will allow you to travel to the north. I will take the dwarves back with me and report to Queen Dagnabbit, taking full responsibility. Zephyros's airship moves far too slowly. You are a huge target. It
Oh,
is
yeah, we
foolish
know.
to continue traveling like this. Felgalos! Give them a ride." And Felgalos looks up at him and goes, "Okay, fine." Felgalos sprouts giant wings out of his back. And the little gnome person grows into immense size.
I shit my pants.
Holy shit.
I thought I knew Felgalos.
Yeah, I puke everywhere.
Yeah, dude, you're always defending that guy.
I didn't know he was a dragon.
Exactly, you didn't know
I
shit
just
about
puke
him.
down the hole.
Oh, dude, what would you do if a talking wolf came up to you and just like told you to be this dude's best friend?
Do the same thing I'm gonna do to Felgalos. Kill him the first chance I get.
Well, he's a dragon now, so don't say that out loud.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm a bear talking to myself.
I'm a bear. An invisible bear.
I'd hop on Felgalos' back.
Felgalos is a young bronze dragon. And he bows his head down and allows you all to board his back.
I lead though. Like I'm the
Okay.
front of the
You
train.
Get
think
on
you
I do
leave,
a
but I'm
front flip
already up.
and jump in front of him.
So, as
Jump over
we're
him.
leaving, I want to use Mage Hand and try to swagger jack one of the Griffon eggs.
They're right there, and like the wall is busted open. You should get a bunch.
Yeah, just take all four.
As your mage hands ascends into the second floor, Zephyros steps forward and says, "You must be quick, but I must say, I'm sorry. I was simply trying to help. This tower does not move very quickly, but it was quicker than moving on foot. I wasn't expecting to be attacked twice in 2 weeks. But please, take these as parting gifts. For so much, I want you to succeed. The ordering must be restored." And he reaches over into his chest as the hand continues to rise above his head.
Take the mage hand back.
It's moving like at a mediocre pace.
I'd be like, yo, you're the man, Big Zeph, pound it.
The hand is doing like shadow figures on the wall, so it's fairly inconspicuous.
And I just
At first, he's doing all this, like, picking everything up with 2 fingers. He hands Loop a set of armor that looks like it was just freshly polished. Like, shiny as shiny gets.
Go,
He,
woo! My eyes!
Silent.
thanks, homie.
he hands
Pound it again.
Sibo a curved dagger.
When he does, I step out from under the bed and say, "Well, I just feel foolish. I look ridiculous." And I turn back into myself.
Brushing the dust bunnies off.
Hands Vixen a cloak, a green cloak that seems to be made with elven hands. He hands Alina a small quarterstaff that looks very almost looks like a very small, skinny tree, a sapling of some kind. There's like bulbs growing out of the top of it. And he hands...
Gross.
He hands Bonesaw
Oh.
a raggedy old broom.
I say thank you in giant.
And then he says, "Please, be off!" And Felgalos
Very cultured.
very nimbly grabs the horse in his claw and soars up through the airy. And as you're soaring up, Clarion says, "I should tell you, Felgalos is known as the Flying Misfortune. He crashes all the time." And you soar into the air. Soaring through the air into the north, the griffins flying by your side momentarily. And you see the strange wizard-capped tower get smaller and smaller into the distance. And you notice that Felgalos is traveling at a speed nearly twice as quickly as the tower. Until night descends and you are completely out of view of the tower. Having had these items, these gifts from Zephyros for long enough, you all have realized that they are magic.
Oh.
And as the days go on, days and days go on, this is no friggin'... It's not like you get there the next day. You're still on his back for days on end. Occasionally, like maybe once a day, he lands and lets you guys stretch your legs and grab
Take
some...
a piss.
I'm sure you've just been pissing off the side of him.
The poop just rolls right off into the gut.
You know,
Oh,
he
no,
needs
it's
to
not.
stop too and drink. And as you get further and further north, snows begin to fall, and the wind starts howling, and it's icy cold. You guys are, none of you, dressed properly for a winter wasteland. Your makeshift, what is it, like bear? I feel like you all tried to improvise winter clothing. You notice that none of this stands up to the bitter cold of the Icewind Dale. And as you're traveling further and further, you get to a point in the night where you see a massive city in the distance. And there's several torches lit. It's all lit up. It is surrounded by snowy mountains. A large
Felgalos.
range stretching deep into the east. And to the west, you can see the ocean is now just dotted with massive icebergs.
I'm gonna shout up to homie to drop us in on that town because we're freezing over here. Felgalos.
He turns his head and looks at you and says, "Well, that's perfect. There's Bryn Shander, base of the spine of the world. I'll drop you a few miles outside. I don't want to draw too much attention to myself."
Yeah, you're a dragon. Huh?
Understood, homie.
Tell us.
And
Are
he
you gonna
lands.
turn back into a little feller?
"I'm afraid I must be going, but I will check in on you as much as I can. We are too close to the Cloudhen Vale, and I'm certain that I've been spotted. But I will check in on you. I will be back."
Where do you want to meet?
Can't wait to see you again.
I love you, Felgalos. And I pet him, his dragon head.
He starts galloping back towards the south, and then
It shakes.
he trips and smashes into the ground.
Ha!
And then he looks
Love it.
back, like hoping none of you saw that. And then he continues his run and soars into the air. At your back, the frozen city of Bryn Shander stands.
Guys, we gotta go get some clothes.
Yeah, you guys are
Keep
all
warmed up.
freezing, shivering as you approach the large gates of Bryn Shander. don't prevent us from continuing with it.